joining forces. So when we start to become aware what we really are, and when I'm referring to what we really are, I'm referring to the sound of frequency of which we are. So if we are existing in this present moment and not aligning with the true frequency of which we are, then we will exist within the alternative perception of oneself. Now, the alternative perception of oneself is referring to one's disconnection to existence. When we start to become aware that when we are existing within the illusion of you could say, disharmony of one's self-presence, we are ultimately creating this illusion within oneself that is not becoming in harmony with its true nature. Within every single one of us lives a spark of possibility. And we must ask ourselves, where is this possibility coming from? Has it just been seeded here from chance? Or has it been seeded here for an existence to take place? And whether we acknowledge and align to this existence is effectively to gain control of this existence and to bring back the alignment to where this existence has originated from. When we start to become aware that this existence which we're living may not be coincidental, this existence which we are living has been planted for us to either come align and come interacting with the knowledge, or to stay in the perceptional state of disconnection. When we start to connect to the higher or the infinite possibility of the higher self, or you could refer it to as the godlike elemental force, when we start to connect and bring peace and start to align to this force, we understand that there has been much more than just the programming of this lifetime. There has been much more than the existence which is only interacting with our attention in this moment. It's at this stage when we start to connect with this wholesome identity of existence outside of this moment, is when we can start to bring the attention back to this present moment. If we can't activate the connection to the higher self, or the connection to the presence of this moment, we will only become and interact with the reality of which we are expressing on this level. And this is our lives, and we have to learn to engage and interact with this existence. But at the same time, if we really want to ask the questions of what is life and why are we existing here, we must be able to connect with the force of higher nature, or we must be able to connect to this godlike self to be able to interact and engage with the infinite self. The self of which we're expressing in this moment is only a spark of this wholesome state. And once we channel and form the true nature of our originality, is when we are not necessarily the fraction, we are the fraction within the whole. And as long as we're filling this, as long as we are filling, you could say, the whole with knowledge and love and wisdom, we will never feel like the whole is being filled onto ourselves. we will never feel like we are getting buried within the whole. We will feel like we are growing connection with the whole. And that is ultimately the fundamental element of self-love, is to identify that we are the spark, and it's up to ourselves to learn how to use that spark to light the path of possibility, rather than feel like we are only a spark in the great suppression of our true self.